Hello, wrestling fans. Welcome to the Maniac podcast. I'm your voice guy, Blarby, and now here's your hosts, Josh James, Dr. Bones.
Hello, Maniacs of YouTube land. We are back reviewing a movie. Well, this is our actual first time reviewing a movie on the podcast. With me is
Dr. Bones.
And we are reviewing the 1994 classic Street Fighter, the movie, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia. Now, this is not my first time seeing this movie. I've seen this movie 1,000 times, but this is Mr. Bones' first time actually watching the movie, and I want to get straight to it. What did you think of this movie?
I liked it. I legitimately liked it. Some parts were weird, like the appearing boxing gloves
from Belrog.
From nowhere, just appears on his fists.
Doesn't even explain where he got them.
It was like there wasn't a scene before it saying, "Oh, this is where he got them." Nope, he just has them on demand.
Is that your only thing?
No, there was also the stupid freeze frame at the end saying...
We'll get to that. Alright, first of all, yes, Street Fighter came out the year 1994, was it? Did the movie come out in 94?
I don't know.
Hang on, let me go take a look. I get my phone.
My phone's behind him, so I can't get to it.
But yeah, it's starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, which is a weird choice to play Colonel Guile.
Because it's a Belgian person playing an American...
Yeah, the movie came out in 94.
It's basically a Belgian person playing an American general. So it's not the sound. No, like at this point, anything I say about this is going to be considered racist by some of the insane people out there. So it's like some of the words
you can barely understand what he says.
So it's like, okay, enunciate more. But
and also, we're not hating on Jean-Claude Van Damme. We thought he was good on the role. I thought he was great. There's just a few things it's hard to understand what he's saying. Yeah,
like when he said some
or like when he says wake up call, it sounds like he's saying a wake up call.
Wake up call. So it's like
But let's be honest. Even though Jean-Claude Van Damme's the main star of this movie, let's talk about the real star of the movie,
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia is by far the most entertaining and memorable thing about this movie. If you talk to a Street Fighter fan, you talk about this movie, I guarantee you the first thing they're going to say, "Oh, Raul Julia is Bison." They're not going to say anything about Jean-Claude Van Damme. No disrespect, but it's the truth.
See, I knew Raul Julia played Bison way before actually seeing the movie.
Yeah, he was an Addams Family.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of those.
I've seen both of them. Amazing movies, by the way.
But never really watched them to completion, because when I watched them, they were normally like Halloween time, just like one of those one-offs things.
Yeah. And the sad thing about this movie is that this was Raul Julia's last movie.
Yeah, the thing about that is he just got out of cancer chemotherapy. So he just got out of that, and his daughters wanted him to play in a
Street Fighter
movie. So just getting off of chemo, he went straight into this movie.
He died in October, and the movie was released in December.
Yeah, so...
I think I'm reading that right. Like, yeah, he died in October, and the movie was released in December, so he never really got to see Street Fighter, which is unfortunately because, like, we still got other people to talk about this movie, but I want to talk about Raw Julia for a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, the reason I think that Raul Julia as Bison is the best, like, villain is because he plays it almost comedically straight.
And serious sometimes.
It's serious sometimes, but like the whole movie is there's nothing really serious about it.
They're trying though.
They're trying, but Raul's Julia's like playing it straight.
I think he knew this movie probably wasn't gonna be good, but if he's gonna make it memorable, doggone it, he's gonna make it memorable, and he sure did.
Yeah, so like there's Scar, there's who are other memorable villains?
Hades,
Shang Tsung. I'm not even going to put Annihilation in this list.
Oh, we'll get to that movie someday.
We are not putting it in this list today.
No, if we're gonna pick Shao Kahn, we're gonna pick video game Shao Kahn, not the movie.
But we're talking about movies here, so let's throw that somewhere and never look at it until later.
But anyways, Raw Julia, like, he's an amazing actor. It's such a shame that he was gone away far too soon. I mean, even for him, I think I've heard saying, like, kids remember him as Mr. Adams more than Bison, and he would be fine with that. But I think if he was still around, I think years later, he would have known, like, the only thing we talk about Street Fighter is him as Bison. And I think, in a way, he would be happy about that. I think he would be happy about that, because here's the thing, like I said, I bet you anything, if every Street Fighter fan would talk about the movie, the first thing they're going to talk about is,
Raul Julia as
Bison. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Not Guile that somehow can't speak words correctly at some
Ryu
points.
or Ken, not any of them. It's like Bison.
And we'll get to Ryu and Ken shortly. Right now we're too busy talking about
how great Raw Julia is in this movie.
Yes, so. And then the coldest line ever in all history is like that day was the worst day of your life. But to me, it was a Tuesday.
When you hear that, you think, "Oh, what a douche!" And I love it.
It was a Tuesday line. It was like, wow, we're going hard and fast.
Him killing Chun-Li's father was just a Tuesday. It wasn't memorable. It was just a Tuesday.
Like, they just strode in, shot her father in the back of the head, and left. Like nothing was wrong about that. They just bopped. All right, peace.
Peace out. I'm gone. Oh, I did that? Oh, I forgot all about it.
It was just a Tuesday. Like
Raw Julia is, like, I know you probably want us to keep talking about the movie, but like I said, we want to talk about Raw Julia. It's us paying tribute to the guy. We'll probably talk about more of him in the end, but the one thing I like about him is that, like we said, he probably knew this movie wasn't going to be a box office hit, but I think deep down he knew, he's like, if I'm going to make this movie memorable, I'm going to do that. And he sure did. Every line, you get hooked what he says. Like, especially the speech he was talking about when he thought Guile died. You're hooked on what he's saying.
I was hoping to face Guile personally on the battlefield. One gentleman warrior to another, in respectful combat. Then I would snap his spine. Ah! The road not taken. But why? Why do they still call me a warlord? And mad? All I want to do is to create the perfect genetic soldier. Not for power, not for evil, but for good. Carlos Blanca will be the first of many. They shall march out of my laboratory and sweep away every adversary, every creed, every nation, until the very planet is in the loving grip of the Pax Bisonica. And then peace will reign in the world, and all humanity shall bow to me in humble gratitude.
Every word, you're just like, yeah, I'm on this guy's side. I'm not with Guile. No, I'm with you, Bison. Bison forever. All hail Bison, pretty much.
And I'm all like...
But let me ask you this question. When he did that speech about, when he was talking about Guile, did that make him feel like he was the good guy? Because I felt like a good guy vibe. Like he was...
See, the basis of a good villain is knowing your crowd. He probably said that because he was trying to pump up his troops. So when he said that, I was like, "No, that's a leader. Right? That's a leader." It's like, but then we got a different contrast from Guile, which has completely lost his goddamn mind at this point.
We can all go home. We can? That speech he did was supposed to be like American Pride, but all I kept thinking was like, okay,
like, why would we go home? We still have a fight to...
Yeah, we got a country to save, pretty much. Like, we got to destroy this terrorist. But the way I got out of this movie is like, I want to join Bison.
Like we got two contrasting speeches here.
The American hero or a madman who's an actual monster. Which side are you on?
It's all like we got the man with the pride speech on this side, which actually on this side. But then we got the we can go home speech on this side. It's like which side are you going to be on? The pride or the we can go home? We can leave. We could just.
But he ends up going to fight in the war anyway, even though he's not going to listen. But
you basically said, all right, all the people that want to leave, fuck you. Anyone that's with me, get on the boats.
We're gonna go fight.
Yeah, it's like. I'm going with Bison on this one. Bison wins. You just called out your own troops on this side. Well, like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man?
If you hear the door, that's Brandon, Mr. Bones' brother. So.
Like, what the fuck, man? You just called out your own soldiers. Versus
a man who takes pride of his work and actually gave an actual pride speech that you could actually, like, yeah. That's my leader.
It's like, which one would you go for? Like pride speech or calling out your own troops?
Now, I know they did not mean to do that. I know that's the one thing. They really tried to make Guile's speech pride, American. Yes, you want to fight with him. But Ron Julia came in and he made you switch sides pretty much in a heartbeat. I mean, yeah, at the beginning of the movie, you see him on his desk and you see him killing soldiers already. And you're just like, okay. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. You're just like, dang, this guy's not fooling around. He went straight on killing someone already. Oh, another guy. He killed another guy. Oh, dang.
Like, and they were all soldiers too. It's all like, come on, punch me. Like, he goes for the punch. He just
snap their necks and all.
He just moves out of the way and just snaps their neck and then just throws them away.
He's like too easy.
Like, all right, come on. It does the same exact thing to the next guy. Like, none of these soldiers are actually fucking trained.
But I think the whole point is that they were supposed to, but Bison's way too strong. I think.
But the problem with that is he's just moving out of the way. He like none of them actually connect. He just goes. He just jukes. like not even an actual juke. He just.
All right, moving on from Raw Julia, because we're going to keep talking about him in the end, because there's a lot of things I want to say about him.
Snapping necks.
And now we get to Chung Lee, who is not an agent or a police officer. She is a news reporter. And with her camera crew, E. Honda and Balrog, which is funny, isn't Balrog supposed to be with Shadowloo? Isn't that the actual real story? Like, isn't Balrog part of Shadowloo and not with a news crew?
Actually, technically, Balrog was basically like if we're going by games, he was supposed to be a crooked boxer.
Yeah, I know. Like,
so technically, he wasn't on anyone's side. He was just on his own side.
but why does he still end up with Shadowloo?
The reason why he ended up with Shadowloo is because
Money?
yes.
Okay.
Well, like that was the only reason, basically. He's just all like, am I getting paid?
Yes. I'm in.
Alright, I'm in.
So he's like a mercenary.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. The one thing that makes me laugh about that is, like, when I first saw this movie, I was always thinking, like, isn't Balrog supposed to be with the bad guys?
But
when I was a little kid, but now as an adult, is like, as you explained now, it's just like, yeah, I knew about that part, but it's just, it still makes me laugh that he's
like
with a news crew.
and the reason why he's with the news crew is because he got sold out. So
By Shadowloo.
yeah, so basically now he's working with Chun-Li, which is working for herself, which is working to kill
Bison. I wish
I
that,
don't know why E. Honda's there.
same thing what happened to Balrog. That's, I think, what they explained, is that he got sold out from his sumo back.
Yeah, so basically, yeah.
Yeah, the guys who play E. Honda and Balrog. Okay, they did a good job on Balrog. E. Honda is a little bit different because, like what Brandon said, E. Honda is supposed to be Japanese, right? And not Samoan. They still did a good job, though.
But the thing is, they played it so well with this one. It's like
They get a pass, pretty much, right?
They basically wrote in a pass for it. They basically was all like, oh, it was the first Samoan sumo.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so technically he is Yokozuna, because Yokozuna is not Japanese; he's Samoan in real life.
Yeah.
So technically he's Yokozuna.
Yeah. So basically, they wrote their own pass in there.
Okay. And then, now, moving on from those three, Ken and Ryu.
Okay, Ken.
Do you want to talk about this? Just you?
No, I think. Okay, Ken is a real piece of work.
Yeah.
He slowly. It's like he slowly turns into Sagat, but then he doesn't at the end because his friend Ryu is all like getting his ass beat. So he shows up and he's all like, let's make this a 2-on-2 fight.
The funny thing is about Ken is, like, I could see him do this even in the video game. I could see it. Ryu, on the other hand, oh yeah, by the way, they say Ryu.
They say one person says Ryu, one person says Ryu.
No, they all say.
No, I heard a Ryu.
Oh, okay. I didn't. But anyways, I still...
there's only one person that says it there, so you might have...
I have to rewatch it so I can hear it.
You might have just skipped past that one or heard Ryu again.
Or I didn't hear it because I was making toast when this movie... I've seen this movie thousands of times. I could watch it in my sleep and I would know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like everyone says it except one person.
But
And I think that was Guile or someone.
It would surprise me if it was Jean-Claude Van Damme. But anyways, yeah, they're con men now?
No,
Or schemers?
they're scammers.
Scammers, yeah.
Basically, what they're doing is they're selling
Guns to Sagat.
guns to Scott. But they're fake guns. They're Nerf guns.
Nerf or nothing. Toys, how he would say.
like they pull this like we know.
We already knew. We got the guns already.
Like they pull out like the like all of them and just start shooting, and it's just
All the balls.
The Nerf balls.
Like that. Like I wonder how long it took them to do all that. Like make it look like actual real guns. Because I remember having Nerf guns as a little kid. I've never had a Nerf gun like that before.
They probably had to make them custom made
Or spray painted them.
No, they most of those had to be custom made.
Yeah, probably.
Because they also had like the fucking grenade attachment to the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like what the fuck? We're going to war or something?
But then after when they realized, they tried to attack Ryu and Ken, and then out of nowhere Ryu and Ken's winning, and they actually brought out real guns.
They pulled out the shoddy people. They're all like, all right, we're done. We're done fucking around here.
We're done playing these games.
Like, oh, you guys are interesting.
So, what he means by that is Sagat makes Ryu fight my favorite character in the whole Street Fighter game, Vega. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have a man crush on Vega. He's technically, literally, like my favorite character in Street Fighter. I love who he is. I love how his style is. I mean, I'm not even afraid to admit it that I have a man crush on Vega.
No, mine would have to be Guile. I learned all of his moves real fast, and that shit is funny to say because that means that I wasted most of my time learning all of his goddamn moves.
But here's the thing. The guy who played Vega, I don't know who he is, but he did a damn good job playing Vega. He didn't even say that much. Like,
I don't even remember him saying it.
He had a few lines in the movie. He was talking to Bison and saying, I knew they shouldn't be trusted. I didn't believe, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And then he said to Ryu when he attacked him, where were we? And then he said, die. Those are his lines. And he did a lot of screaming, too.
No, the thing about that scene is like, where were we? It's like, losing.
Yeah,
Die.
pretty much. But the thing is, like, they did the actor pretty good. The guy who played Vega did an actual good job. And I just find it funny that this Vega had black hair. Because in the original game, he had brown hair. And then, I don't know where he had blonde hair. Then brown again. And this is the only Vega character that had black hair.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think of Vega?
Vega...
Even though he didn't really have that much of a lines, I still felt like he did a great job.
He didn't have lines because they shoved every like person from the backlog of
Sagat, Ken, Ryu, Cammy, T-Hawk. Well, T-Hawk, yeah, T-Hawk, Bison.
Like they threw
Guile.
everyone from almost all the way up to Alpha.
Alpha?
Yes, there was an Alpha series of Street Fighter Alpha.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, they went as far as fucking to put some of Alpha in there. It's like, okay, I think we've had enough. It's like, no, we need to put more. All right, fucking Vega's only going to have a few lines then.
And it's a shame, too, because Vega is actually an awesome character if you know the story about him.
Yeah, so we didn't get any backstory.
The only backstory that we got from this movie is Bison, Chun-Li, and Guile, and Blanca.
Yeah, those are the only backstory you're ever going to get from any of this. They sprinkle some in for Belrog and E Honda when they're basically is like, aren't you guys? When they go, aren't you guys used to be boxer and sumo?
And then Ken said to Chun-Li, "Don't tell me, figure skating."
Yeah, it's like.
I even said this. If I was there, I would be like, "You're literally trying to get us killed, huh?"
I'll be all like, "You shut up before I kill you."
I think you would even say, "I give you permission to kill him if you want."
Just kill him. Just leave me and my friend here. He's not a friend. He's just an asshole.
Do you want to know the backstory of Vega? Or do you remember what the backstory is? There is a video that
there is a video, but I never bothered fucking remember it.
It's actually an interesting story. Like, the only reasons why he prefers beauty and thinks he's the most beautiful person in the world is not just because he's a narcissistic jerk. It's because all his life, his mother would always call him my beautiful child. So he took that by heart. And then his hideous, ugly stepfather killed his mother. And he killed his stepfather. So now he goes around the world. Well, like I said, go look up. There's a video on about Vega. I'll show you later. So yeah. It's actually, I think, in my opinion, actually a good story. I like all the stories, but I just wish there was more backstory of all our characters. Like Cammy.
She was just there.
Yeah.
T-Hawk. He was just there. Fei Long.
He was just there. DJ.
He was
sort of there. He was sort of there. Who else was there? Dolphin, but he's a witch doctor. But he's a
scientist, basically. Zangief,
yeah.
He was
awesome mask, by the way. I like the wig.
He was literally
just there. But it revealed in the end, like he thought he was working for the good guys.
But the thing about that is, no one even bothered to say pay. So he was basically doing
nothing for free.
Yeah. So it's like I would have been like, oh, fuck them. I'm not getting paid. Well, it's like, I'm joining the other side, which happens in the very end.
The guy that you were fighting the whole entire time joins on your side, and they're completely fine with it.
They're all like, okay.
Maybe he explained. Maybe he explained in the end that they never showed. There's probably a scene of it. It just never got aired.
But this movie has so many things they need to explain.
Yeah, like there's so much plot holes in this movie that I wish there was like a longer version that we got to see. Like I wish this movie was longer.
Like this is how I would put this. Like it was an okay movie by itself, but what they needed was like we got this movie. What we needed was a director's cut with everything still in it.
I would love that. I would love to see a director's cut for this movie. That would be amazing.
But we only got the movie, not the director's cut. The movie.
Now, here's the thing. It may sound like we're bashing on it. We kind of are.
We kind of are, but it's fun. It's out of good nature.
Yeah, here's the thing. I know a lot of people are going to say, you actually like this movie? Some people are going to say, oh, it's a guilty pleasure. It kind of is, but...
It is.
But I really, personally did love this movie. I know it's stupid. I know it's cheesy.
So...
Now, another thing I want to talk about is another funny scene in the movie. When Chun-Li, E. Honda, and Belrog did a video showing like they have a vehicle with bombs and all that kind of stuff. The next thing you know, Zangief said, "Quick, change the channel!"
It's like, what the fuck? I was like he said that, and I'm just like, what does that? That doesn't change the fact that there's a vehicle filled with explosives.
What's changing the channel gonna do?
Coming towards us.
It's so stupid.
Like, quick, change the channel.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, we're gonna die, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, quick, evacuate everyone. It's like we couldn't have done that when we first saw that video.
They look on the TV screen. They look out there. Back on the TV screen. Quick,
like,
change the channel.
I was like, what?
Evacuate at once. You think that would be the first thing they would say?
Yeah, but no, we got change the channel.
Well, if he said evacuated once, we wouldn't get that amazing line, that funny line. So.
Change the channel.
In a way, I'm glad he said it, but in the same way, you're just like...
It's like, why? Why was that a line that needed to be said? I know it's comedic value, but it's all like, really? Really, though?
And then, okay... We're probably not... Actually, I think we're doing the whole entire review. We pretty much got some of it done already, so...
Yeah,
I was just about to say, we're not going to do a full review. We kind of did already.
We're going balls deep into this.
Spoilers. But anyways...
If you wanted to watch it for yourself...
Oh, you should, spoilers. People. You should see it.
Just spoiler.
How about this? Stop the podcast. Spoilers. Stop the podcast right now. Go watch it. You watched it? Good. All right. Now let's get to Blanca,
which is Charlie, which was his own character in Alpha.
That's not Blanca's real name, isn't it?
No.
It's Jimmy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Jimmy. But they call him Charlie.
Why?
Don't ask me.
No, I'm not asking.
I don't know.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking, like, why? I mean, like, his name has always been Jimmy in the movie, right? Not in the movie, the Street Fighter game.
Yeah, it was Jimmy, which was Blanca. But then we got this movie saying that Charlie was Blanca when Charlie was an entirely different character in Alpha.
You know what's funny? I just realized this. The characters who were in the army were never in the army in the video games.
Yeah,
Fei Long, never in the army. He was a movie star, so technically he was Bruce Lee. T-Hawk, never in the army. Cammy, sort of.
Cammy was a special agent.
Yeah, like she was a clone.
Not clone. There was a clone of her, but not.
Okay, yeah.
She was her own person.
And the funny thing is, the one thing I still find it funny is that Vega focuses on Ryu and Ken. If we were going to go in the video game territory, his focus would be Chun-Li or Cammy.
Yeah, but nope. Nope.
I think they wanted to do something. Well, no, this is Hollywood, so what are we talking about? They ruined a lot of things. But anyways, yeah, like if we were going to be honest, Chun-Li would focus on Bison, which they did do, right?
Yes.
And Vega.
And yes.
Vega, Chun-Li,
Cammy,
Guile, Bison.
So, he would just be after Bison.
Ryu, Bison, and Sagat. Ken. I don't know.
Ken.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, like I said, there's a few things that I wish they did do, but also it's the 90s. What are we gonna expect, right?
No, I can't say a good movie because good is, in all intensive purposes, is just our views on what a movie should and should not be.
And funny thing is, this was the first one, I think the first video game movie that came out. And then, no, Mario was.
The Mario movie!
But I'm thinking of fighting video game movies. I know Street Fighter came first, Mortal Kombat came out second. I know that for a fact. I'm thinking in general, like, can anybody let us know which one was the first? Can you look up when was the first fighting video game movie, please? But because I'm kind of curious, I actually kind of want to know.
Yeah.
But one thing I could tell you is, like, okay, Blanca, they did a good look for him.
Yes.
They did a good job.
But it was not true.
No.
That was...
But the one thing I am kind of upset about is that they let him keep the army pants. They should have made him look like,
Blanca.
Yeah.
Wait, with the
shorts, the tear-up shorts, and the bracelets, the ankle bracelets, and all, like, with the spikes on them.
Yeah.
Doing his electrocution. Well, like I said, this was the 90s. There's probably no such thing as that stuff like we have now. Back then.
Yeah, but the thing is... Wait,
what am I talking about? Bison got electrocuted, so what am I talking about?
He had electromagnetism!
Yeah, so what am I talking about?
And we also had the all-empowering... Give it a moment. The all-empowering Star Wars series with the lightning.
Oh yeah, the Return of the Jedi.
So we had that back then, and yet we couldn't get like
Blanca to do it.
Yeah.
So okay, we may be spoiling a few things, but we're not gonna legitimately spoil the movie. We want you to go see it for yourself.
Okay.
We're not gonna spoil the plot for you. We're spoiling the characters pretty much.
Yeah.
The plot is pretty much super monster guy wants to take over the world.
Of course!
There you go. Gonna add the clip there.
And
superhero from America gotta save the world. That kind of plot.
Like there's A and there's B. There is no C anywhere in here. There's just A.
The plot
and B.
is pretty much you gotta save these hostages because Bison's held them all captured and all that kind of stuff.
We got A, we got B. There's no C because what A and B are is Guile needs to save hostages from getting
getting attacked by Blanca, pretty much.
Yeah,
the funny thing is, Blanca is just one person, and there's more than one person in that hostage cage.
But the thing you have to remember is he could have electromagnetism, so he could have actually killed those people.
True.
So ultimately, you're still like, what would happen if Guile didn't get there in time?
Is it bad to say I kind of wish that he didn't make it there on time? Is it bad for me to say that? Because I'm actually curious what would have happened.
What would have happened if he didn't?
Yeah, like, I'm curious, like, how would that happen? How would that turn out?
And what would happen if the
Blanca was with
Blanca didn't get that half of goodwill?
Half human, half monster, pretty much. Like
Jekyll
and Hyde.
Yeah. It's like, what if he didn't get that goodwill and it was all, monster?
Is it bad for me to say I'm curious if that did happen? Is it bad?
Yeah. No, it's common curiosity that people would want to know,
like
what would happen.
Then after that, when Colonel Guile, Cammy, T-Hawk, which by the way, that's not T-Hawk.
That is definitely not T-Hawk.
And moving on from him,
because He had nothing to do with the plot. Nothing at all. Except he stopped people from shooting Ryu, or the guys in the truck, basically.
We barely saw anything with T-Hawk. The only thing we saw him was hit a few guys, shoot, and then I don't know, he disappears, focusing on Cammy more than T-Hawk. And I'm not complaining. About that.
And we didn't even get any backstory on Cammy. The Cammy is again just there, but she's more there than T-Hawk is.
You know what's funny about this movie? Okay. Colonel Gao, I guess, has his way with women because for some odd reason, it looks like he's going to be with Cammy. Next thing you know, he's flirting with Chun-Li.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Doesn't Gao end up with Cammy in real life? I think I seen a cartoon one time. I saw they end up together.
Yeah, you're probably watching the anime.
Yeah, the animated series. And it just makes me laugh about that, because isn't it supposed to be that Chun-Li and Ryu end up together, or am I just thinking fan service?
You're thinking of both fan service and it's a mixture of fan service and what they perceive as actual facts when it's actually...
Because I saw a fan film one time about Street Fighter, but it only had Chun-Li and Ken in it, and found out that Chun-Li and Ryu were a couple. It was when was that?
When was that? It was... Exactly.
Yeah.
No backstory.
And the funny thing is, Ryu is on the poster of the fan film. Never seen in the movie.
It's no backstory. There's no backstory. It's like what happened? Why is none of this make sense? Why is life, grabbing me by the balls and saying,
or how Brandon would say,
such is life. It's it grabs you by the balls and says, I'm not letting go until you know.
But what do I know?
It's I don't know. It's a mystery.
But anyways, moving on from that. And actually, I like the scene where Chun-Li's explaining to Bison in their private interview that I know Bison's trying to get some and all that kind of stuff, but I think deep down he knows.
He knows he's about to get his shit rocked, so he's all
he's trying to get the mood ready.
And he's all yeah. Let's see if I can fuck up my life any better. But turns the mood on. It's the mood lighting.
Chun-Li looking all sexy in the red dress and all that. That's the thing.
Basically, all throughout that whole thing.
All you hear is Chun-Li's backstory, but the thing is, it felt rushed, didn't it?
Yeah, but the thing with that is, Bison is he's hearing it, but he's all
what? It's going through his head. Pretty much.
He's all and then
we hear the greatest,
the greatest villain line of all time. And I will say it to you
again
for the 5th time.
That
day Bison graced your village was the worst day of your life. The greatest day of your life.
But for me,
it was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday line.
I love that so much.
It just paints the picture perfectly. It's this guy...
Again, when you hear that, you're thinking, oh, what a freaking douchebag. I love it, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it's all I heard that line and I was like, yes. Yes.
I salute you.
I salute thee. It was a Tuesday. What other...
Where's Mike when you need him?
What other, greatest... that line
It's going to be remembered.
Remembered throughout history.
In villain history, too.
In villain history.
Luke,
because
I am your father.
like, it was a Tuesday.
Okay, like, then after he said that, he was pretty much making fun of Chung-Li because he's like, I've never seen you fight. Then out of nowhere, Chung-Li kicks his ass and all that kind of stuff. But it's comedic. It's funny how she's fighting.
Yeah, it's like...
It's supposed to be serious, but
Raul Julia's literally taking the piss out of this. It's just, bam! Whoa, whoa.
Well, here's the thing. The reasons why he's kind of acting like that is, remember, he's sick, so...
He just got out of chemo.
Yeah.
So he kind of gets a pass. He gets a pass for that because...
Now, originally, if that was happening today, fans would be...
bullshitting all over it. We're not doing that. We actually think it's hilarious. But we also think that, yeah, if it was under better circumstances, like if he didn't have cancer...
Then I bet he would hit it with... even if he didn't have cancer, he'd still hit it out of the park. He would still make this movie memorable.
Yeah, but it's like, he had... It's like...
This guy was a great actor.
Yes, a great actor, and he had limited time. So he made the best out of a bad
He did his homework on...
situation.
He did his homework on Bison, and I think he did this movie... Like what we heard, and you've heard, he took this movie because his kids wanted him to play Bison. I think his kids were Street Fighter fans.
Yeah, they were.
So, yeah, he did his homework. He
became... the villain.
Yeah, he became Bison. That was Bison. I didn't see Raw Juliet. That was Bison on television.
That was son of a bitch Bison.
Ever since you saw the Angry Video Game Nerd's review with his friends.
AVGN
rental
review.
When they were reviewing Street Fighter, that's
the son of a bitch Bison. Because basically, if you don't know, I'm going to plug a rental review.
Go subscribe to them, by the way.
On Cinemassacre. Go see them if you have.
Go subscribe to them.
Yeah. So what happened was like I was watching it. It was like that son of a bitch Bison. They said that a lot, but
I want a shirt with Raw Julia on it and said
"son of a bitch Bison."
I want a shirt of that.
But then I also heard the glorious line of "it was a Tuesday."
I want a shirt of that too, with Bison on it.
It's like.
And funny thing is, I work on Tuesday, so
like for Josh. It was a Thursday. For me, it was a Monday.
That's for everybody, dude.
But for Brandon, it was every day.
Now, when that scene happened, then out of nowhere, Honda, Balrog, Ryu, Ken go in, and then you see Chung-Li doing
she was about to finish his ass, but
then she got distracted by them, which was stupid on her.
It was all like, Chun-Li! Looks over, and then
Bison goes in his
runs. He literally gets into his safety room.
Yeah,
he
presses the button, gas all over, and
it locks the entire fucking.
And when he sees them coughing and choking from the gas, he's like, oh. And then you see the Shadowloo skeleton logo where the fireplace is. Glows up with fire, and then it goes to the next scene of Bison laughing. And what a perfect spot right there for that. That was beautiful.
Don't forget Honda said about the gas.
Oh yeah, son of a! It's gas.
It's gas.
It's like he changed. Like Lee, let me out. Like he was like okay, the guy wasn't. He was an okay actor, but that scene made him look like a dumb actor, but it was like, Lee, let me at him! Son of a... It's gas! Like, he changed, it was like a Christopher Walken change.
It went from all right, let me at him, like let me at the glass, right? And it turned into son of a it's gas.
And how he sold it when he was like hitting the door trying to get out, and how he sold it by falling from passing out.
It was like,
this was like
wow, man, is this your first job?
It was like a school play.
We don't want to bullshit on the guy, but
we kind of are.
That was
all of them sold it. Funny.
All of them sold it bad. like it was bad. like if we can take a screenshot of every bad part of every movie, I think this one would rank about probably 3 for me.
I'm with you on that one.
It's like,
but then we get to like we said, we're not gonna go all of it. We want to save some stuff for you guys. Now let's get to the battle. Guile, Bison, the fight.
Like the fight. All right. It starts off with. It's basically like Guile calls out Bison again, but
he's probably hiding.
But then we got the troops.
Oh yeah, this scene.
We got the troops like pointing their guns at Guile,
and Guile takes a pocket or some knife out,
like a fucking stiletto out, and it's all like
and he thinks like, oh yeah, I'm bad.
I'm bad. That is all like,
you're scared.
It's like Cammy says something. He's like,
oh
shit.
It was me they were scared of.
Goddamn. And he puts it back into its sheath.
Act like nothing happened. He's probably hiding.
It's probably hiding. And then Julia Bison comes out. It's like, alright.
Hiding? Why? What would I be hiding for?
Like,
then he comes out
I wanted you.
Yeah. And T-Hog's like, sir, no, that's what he wants. No, T-Hog. This is what we both want.
And then it's funny. It's funny how it comes to this because both sides back down and they both win.
And I even asked you this question: if you were Bison, would you tell your men to leave, or would you let them stay and watch you fight?
No, I would be all like, okay, this is pride against pride here. It's like they both hate each other. This is basically the grudge match.
Guy will probably be thinking I thought you wanted an audience. No, this is for me.
This is for me.
Not for them.
Not
this
for
is
them.
my fight.
This is my fight. So basically, somehow the troops find each other around the base because everyone's on either side of the bridge at this point. It's and while they're fighting, everyone somehow finds each other.
It's funny, isn't it?
They're like, how did that happen?
Oh, before we get back to the fight. What about this fight where Fei Long finds another Japanese lady who's with them? They go on the security cams and they see E Honda and Zangief on Bisontropolis or something.
Bisontropolis.
Yeah.
Also known as the Godzilla movies.
Yeah, that's it.
On fucking steroids at this point. It's they're both it was literally like watching a Godzilla movie at that point. It's funny because they somehow know which channel to put it on to get that whole fight.
They just see their faces.
They look at it and then they look at each other like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Okay. I know people are not gonna find it funny, but we sure laughed.
It was like, what the fuck just happened?
Hey, it was a different time like how it is now these days. You can't even make jokes like that anymore.
It's it's funny because later, before the fight actually starts, like somehow E Honda finds Zangief and they just like rip each other's like they both on each side rip their fucking shirts off, or in E Honda's case, the rest of his shirt off.
Yeah. Oh, I just found out something. The guy who played Vega, this was his first film.
And they gave him literally no lines.
He's been in a few video games too.
But the thing is, they gave him virtually no lines.
And you want to hear something funny? I was going to say... No, I'm going to save that for the end. So, then the fight still goes on between Guile and Bison. And it looks like Bison won the fight. He calls Cammy and all that kind of stuff. And Raw Juliet getting electrocuted and all that kind of stuff.
And then, while the conversation's happening, it's like... Boom, 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 boom. And then he, like, floats.
Well, he doesn't float yet.
No, he doesn't float yet.
He just stands up.
He stands up.
It's like Michael Myers.
Like a corpse. He just stands up. He doesn't even go from...
Brings his arms out.
He's all like, boom!
And shocks him.
It's like, I thought you said it was a fair fight. It's like, I did. This is just electromagnetism. It's like, you're basically using science as magic at this point.
Oh, Plarby would be proud.
You're using science as magic at this point.
Like I said, Plarby would be proud.
It's like this is not a fair fight now. This is a guy flying like a few feet off the ground, coming towards you at like 20 miles an hour to punch you in the face. Like this happens a lot during the fight, but then he also like mixes it up with the fist lightning.
I think he was trying to do what Bison does in the video game, but I think he was doing his own way, or he just forgot.
Yeah, so he was doing his own thing, but it worked.
It still did work.
It worked.
Something wrong, Colonel? You thought you were going to fight a madman, but instead you found out you were fighting a god?
Like the way he said that, it's like he knew what was happening.
He's like, I'm winning.
I'm winning, bitch, and
Neighbors, my dog is barking at
it's like,
neighbors.
I'm winning. Yeah.
And then he does the talking about like
it came from like
you should
I
be
beheld Satan as he came down from heaven like lightning. Whoosh.
And then Guile
does the haymaker
kick.
tornado kick.
Jean-Claude Van Damme kick, pretty much.
It's just whoop bam.
And then I don't know where he goes to, like, he flies like backwards and he hits that big screen and explodes.
No, wait for it.
Okay.
They somehow didn't get the shot right, because if you look closely, when he juts at that moment, you could see the strings he's propped up on.
Yeah, I saw those.
It's like you're all like, yeah, 94. Like, yeah, 94.
I prefer that.
I actually thought the movie came out in 95.
95.
No. It said 94. Mortal Kombat came out in 95.
No, I'm talking about the actual movie. This movie. It said like this movie. You're thinking of...
And we getting our sources.
You're thinking of Street Fighter the animation.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the animation. Well, in the release date for Japan came out in 95. So...
Yeah, it was 95 for Japan.
94 for us in America. But anyways, I was about to say, let's all admit it. It's not that good of a movie, but
it was a good movie for what it was trying to do, but then they kind of just threw everyone in there from every...
rushed a lot.
They rushed and they threw everyone from the backlog all the way up to fucking Alpha.
Yeah.
So I don't think this movie had
They tried.
it didn't have a lot going for it.
No. But here's the thing. When that happened, we saw the strings. Then you see Bison explode.
You're all like, yeah.
And then Cammy's trying to open the gate to release. Like I said, we're not going to talk about all the fights. We want you to experience it for yourself.
You need to experience. So this is a movie
that you really need to experience.
That you need to experience. Like it's bad for most people, but it's an enjoyable bad.
It's one of those movies that you know it's bad, but you could put it in, sit down,
just go. Yeah. 94.
But when you see like a few action scenes, you're just like, yeah, I know this is stupid, but yeah, just like that. It's one of those movies.
Yeah.
And when Cammy was trying to open the gate door, and she's like, this is going to take like maybe like 10 minutes or something. I don't remember what she said. And then Belrog's like, excuse me, punches the gate.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Remember when they take a guy hostage, but instead of, it being threatening, I was all like, where'd the fucking gloves come from?
If you were that guy and they were asking you, where are those hostages?
Like they were about to snap his neck or punch him in the face a couple times. And my worry wasn't that I was about to die. My worry was, where the fuck did those those boxing gloves come from? It's like any natural person would be all like, alright, I'll tell you what you want to know. Just don't kill me. I would have been all like, you can kill me, but I just want to know where the fuck those gloves came from.
They would be like, you're more worried about where I got these gloves?
Yeah.
Brandon said they were probably in his pants. And he's probably not lying.
Probably not lying, but it's like,
or my theory is that he just took them from that dressing room.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But the thing about that part was it's like there's no part between those parts.
Yeah.
It's just here. And then we're harassing a guy for information. And like there was no part in between to explain where he got the gloves. There's just, he doesn't have the gloves, has the gloves.
It's just like, boop, got gloves. Where did he get them? We're not gonna say.
Like, where did he get them? Magic.
And then after E Honda. He was still fighting Zangief.
Like it was the best fucking fight ever.
Even though we didn't see all of it?
We didn't see most of that fight. We saw the fucking Godzilla part. Like that part was funny as fuck. We saw it was always like something involved with that fight.
Mm-hmm. And then when they released the hostages, they're running, and then out of nowhere, Chung Lee, Honda, we gotta go, pretty much. And
like,
Honda,
I'm done playing around. Leaves.
He's like, sorry, man, can't play no more. It just runs off.
It was like,
if you were Zangief, you're like, no, we are finishing this fight.
I would be chasing after them, but then he went after them for a different reason.
He saved them.
Yeah, because big muscle Russian man.
Well, he didn't have a problem with Ryu and Ken. Those were his boys.
Yeah.
So I could see why he would get along with Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
The other guys, I still like you're with them in the end? You fought them.
You literally fought them. Well, except Guile.
Yeah. Well, you're fighting against them, pretty much.
Yeah. So, technically, who was bad by association?
Yeah, but he was never like that with Ryu Ken. He was like, no.
He's like, we're brothers.
We're boys, pretty much.
We're dudes.
We're boys, pretty much.
My boys.
Do you love the Russian way to give a thumbs up?
Like, he did this.
They can't see it. We're audio, bud.
We get that.
You know how they always do that pose for the thumbs up, thumbs down thing? His is just...
It's sideways.
Yeah, that's the Russian way to give the thumbs up, I guess.
Or we could be wrong and we offended a bunch of people by being stupid. Oh well.
It's the 90s. It was a different time.
It's like, yeah, but it's like who, and then you're all like who, and then
My brother Joe used to get upset of me doing that. I was like, I'm just doing what Zangief did. He's like, he got mad at me for doing that. It's like, why? I was a little kid. I was like, maybe like 4, 3.
Yes. I don't know.
I don't remember. I'll be turning 30 next month, so don't remind
30.
Shut up.
30.
I know I'm getting old. But anyways, yeah. Then out of nowhere, Guile finds Charlie.
And Charlie, also known as Blanca.
So dumb. The building exploded. And the one thing John kept asking...
It's like, how did he get out alive? I mean, he was in the lab, basically, trying to get them out. But then they were all like, no, we can't leave. We're going to go down with this building. But then he gets to the doorway. But then once he gets to the doorway, it cuts to the building exploding. So I'm all like,
well, he dead.
He dead. He's gone.
And then you hear him coughing, and you see him coming out of the smoke, and just like act like nothing happened.
It's like that building exploded with you in it. How the fuck did you get out alive?
I said this: if we were in this movie, we survived. If we see Guile like, I'm happy that you're alive.
But how the fuck did you get out of there? I mean, it exploded pretty much with you still in it.
And they never explained.
They never questioned it. They just was happy he was alive. And I would have been like, so how did you get out of that? I'm pretty sure the building exploded with you in it.
This is like motherfucking Guile.
In Brandon's words, that's
and
how.
Brandon's words of wisdom, his motherfucking Guile.
I think that's the whole point. Is like, you can't kill America.
I was like,
He's not Captain America.
he's not. He's just a guy with the America tattoo.
And the American flag has a tattoo. And
But the thing is that we're getting to the end. But first, still shot.
okay, here's the thing. I kind of wish this happened. I know it would not make sense, but this whole movie doesn't make sense.
Nothing about
If
this.
Zangief joined them in the end, part of me wishes that Vega joined them in the end too.
Yeah, but he unconscious in a blowing up building, so I don't think he really had a shot here.
But the thing is, if you watch the Street Fighter 2 animation movie, he falls off the cliff, like out of Chun-Li's apartment building. They don't know he's alive or not, but it does say in the game that Chun-Li thought he was dead, but Vega's still alive.
Yeah, because apparently while he was falling, he somehow like jammed his claws into the cliffside and like rode down or something.
Or he tried it, they broke, but he had not a hard hit to kill himself, but just enough.
Yeah, it was just a minor injury. So, yeah.
So, something tells me Vega's not dead.
Even though he blew up in a blowing up building.
I mean, if Guile could survive...
somehow Guile survived.
If Guile could survive that exploded building, Vega's probably still alive.
Yeah. But the thing, like, after that...
The ending you didn't really care for. I could tell.
It was the still shot that got me.
They did their victory poses in the end.
And I'm all like, yeah, another just. Yeah, remember you're watching a Street Fighter movie.
So they're gonna do their victory poses in the end.
And I'm all like, yeah, I know I watched a Street Fighter movie. It didn't feel like a Street Fighter movie, but I know I watched a Street Fighter movie thanks to whatever that was.
And you think you're done. You think the movie's over. And there's an after credit scene.
To a movie that they were, I don't know if they were smart enough or dumb enough not to do.
I think they wanted to make a second one.
No. You want to know? There's a story behind this.
Oh, okay.
Well, basically, what happened was Jean-Claude Van Damme needed more money, so he tried to get a second one up and going, but then the directors were all like, "Nah, man, nah."
This is gonna be one and done.
Yeah, so, but then they made a prequel to the first one, which was terrible.
The Chun-Li prequel movie?
Yeah, which was bad beyond all recognition.
I went to go see it in theaters on opening night.
I feel sorry. So they did that. That bombed.
Here's the funny thing. I remember liking it too, and I saw it again just recently. I'm just like, I like this movie.
Like people went to see this movie, and then they went to see
the prequel.
To see the origin of why Chun-Li was going to kill.
And the guy they made Bison play him wasn't Bison.
No, we need a person that looks like Raul Julia to play Bison.
But the part that sucks is that we don't.
We need to clone Raul Julia.
Let's build a time machine and go back in time and say, Rob, we need you.
We need to cure your cancer. So we have another movie that is kind of good.
You go in time where he doesn't have it. He's like, I have cancer?
Shit.
No, you will.
It's like, you will. Shit. We told him too much. Grab him.
Take him.
It's like,
we're just making sure, like, you don't...
It's like, we're making sure you live through this.
Why?
You're going to have cancer and you're going to die after the first Street Fighter movie.
I am?
Yes. We need to help you before you die.
I wish. I wish. Watching this movie now makes me wish Raul Julia was still alive today. I just hate the fact that he died from cancer. The one thing that I wish there was a cure right now.
But there isn't.
I know, that's the thing that makes me sad.
It's all like, we need... No, that would be like changing history, and even though it's a minor thing, it will still change history. So
I know.
We can't do that, but we do, but we don't, but we do.
I think we still would.
We'll do it anyway. We'll fuck history. We'll be all like, remember Raul Julia dying? Not today, motherfuckers!
Yeah.
Like we cure him and then send him back in time. And
we finally get the sequel that we've always wanted.
Yes.
The thing is just watching this movie now, I still get joy from it. I still laugh and get a big smile on my face. But when the movie ends, you just realize this was Raul Julia's last movie.
And it's sad, but then it's all like...
But I'll always remember him as Bison and Mr. Adams from the Addams Family.
But then you look at it and you're like, we couldn't have asked for a better Bison. But then we got shitty shit
from the prequel.
And anime version, which was also shitty.
Not really. The animation was...
No. One of the animated versions was shitty.
Because I was gonna say I don't know about Street Fighter 2, the animation movie. I don't know about that.
No, it was the other one.
Okay.
Which was shitty.
So now, as I was about to say this, but I was gonna say it for the end. Funny thing is, while they were filming this movie, they were also filming their video game characters for Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Yeah, and some of them were all like, "Nah, man," and they bailed before
Got their paycheck,
and they're just like, "All right, where's my paycheck?" And then they left. It was like,
to be honest, even though I want to play the game, I've never played it, but I want to. If I knew I was going to be in a crappy game like that, I still would have done it.
I would have been all like, "Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm down.
I'll be in a game, so
it's probably going to be crappy, but
it's going to be shit. But at least I'll be in the game."
Yeah, right.
like games are my life, basically.
Rod Julia was in the game.
Yeah,
like he was down to play Bison. Even though it's probably not his... Well, no, it's not his best role, but
it was still... He made it...
For the movie...
Good.
And the game.
He made it good. I didn't know about the game, but the movie was good.
But the thing is, like, if I ever show you a video clip of what the video game looks like...
I seen a video clip of it, and it was something to behold.
The thing is, we need to play that and play it... Live stream it. Us playing the game, playing the story.
It was something to behold, like that.
It's a game that you need to experience,
or not.
No,
and lose out on the experience.
You know, it is a game that we need to experience. We need to.
Yeah, we do. I play shitty games on my channel. Yeah, we need to do this.
Yeah. So yeah, like. We'll never get another Raw Julia. We will never will. Well, maybe down the road, probably, but right now, the guy who plays Bison, we'll never get that. The guy who played Mr. Adams for Addams Family, we'll never get that. There's a new Addams Family movie that just came out this year.
And it's animated.
But the thing is, a lot of people did not like the movie.
Because banana.
Probably. They just said it was boring.
It's like, oh, it's boring. What if we had Raw Julia?
That would be nice.
But we can't. So I just ruined everyone's day.
But like you said, like this movie is mostly remembered
for Raul Julia.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's
that's like the only good part. It's like, and the thing is, going back to rental review, obviously, like there were some moments in production where not Raul Julia. Jean-Claude Van Damme was impossible to work with. He was like I need to work out more. I need to be bigger.
Yeah, and Raul Julia was.
He was there like the entire fucking time. Like he was.
He was a trooper.
He was point A to point B, unfortunately ending at point C.
And it's just a shame that, when you see the ending, you think of oh, we're gonna get a sequel.
A sequel, right?
And you told me right after this movie ended.
It's like they were thinking, they probably still are, of rebooting Street Fighter.
And you know what? If they're gonna reboot Mortal Kombat, they got to reboot Street Fighter.
Yeah, so do it or you're fired. We're going to send angry mobs to your.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Motherfucking.
Don't do that.
Studio.
Here's the thing. I think they're still so embarrassed to make a video game movie because how much of a bomb Super Mario was.
Yeah, but
you can't just keep focusing on Mario.
It's like, oh, it was bad because Mario. It's like, it was bad it was okay. This is another thing we're going to get out of the way here. It was only bad because it was a Mario movie. If it wasn't a Mario movie, it would have been great. Like half the movies that were video games would have been a good movie if it wasn't titled that game.
The only good video game movie that I could think of in the top of my head that was actually really good was Mortal Kombat, the first one.
Yeah, and people didn't like that because
it was PG-13.
Yeah, so
for me, I give it a pass. Because it's actually really good and entertaining. Second one, no. Mm-hmm. You know we're gonna have to go down that road someday.
Yeah, we're going down the shithole with these reviews.
Halloween 6 can't be the only horrible movie we review, so we have to get that out.
I am fighting the urge to say it.
Because
we need to get away.
Because you know it's true. That's the only bad movie that we reviewed.
Yeah.
We just can't have that. We have to review Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And I know a person who has the movie. Mike has it. He has both of them. So I would have.
Can we at least see the first one first?
Yeah, we're gonna watch the first one first, then we're gonna watch the second one.
It's like this is how you make a movie, and this is how you don't. Like it's day and night basically. It's like we
I actually have my Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Okay, we're gonna be needing to borrow those when you come up, and we can watch all of them. All right, so we're good to go. Pretty much.
okay. So
But back to Street Fighter.
It's like Street Fighter. They set up for a sequel. Never happened because Raul Julia bit the dust.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, due to cancer, because fuck cancer.
I agree.
But it's like this movie is how you make a good villain. Point A. This is the movie
If
to
you
make
want,
a good. If you want to,
Shang Tsung, the guy who played Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie, and Raw Julia as Bison, awesome movie, video game villains.
they are the point A and B movie villains that you need to fucking get your shit together for because it's a Tuesday. Because he went over, shot everyone in the face,
And it was just a normal Tuesday.
and left. And it was a Tuesday. Like that's how you write a good villain. Like we don't need some villains actually need a good intensive
Reason
reason to do it. Like Bison
doesn't care.
He just goes in, lights out of people, leaves.
He just wants to take over the world.
But he wants to do it for a good reason. A good reason. You can't see me, but I'm air quoting.
All right, Bones. We only got 4 minutes left.
Alright.
I also, before we go, what do you rate this movie?
I rate it an enthusiastic 4 out of 5.
I give it 4 stars. That's our personal opinions. You may not agree, but that's our opinions.
Like, it's a bad movie, but it's a good bad movie for what it is.
And do you recommend it for...
I recommend it to anyone that likes to waste time.
I recommend it to any video gamer out there, or a fan of Street Fighter in general. You have to experience this movie. It is well worth...
It's bad, but it's good. It's good. It's so good that it's bad, but it's so bad that it's good. Like, that's how we do this here.
Yeah, like, I do recommend anybody to check this movie out. It's, like you said, it's bad, but it's a good bad. It's cheesy, it's a good cheese. And Raw Juliet steals the movie. And, again, it's such a shame that Raw Juliet passed away too soon. Like,
cancer can go suck a big fat one.
I agree. And for Raw Julia's family, we just wanted to let you guys know. I know you're probably not listening, but I just want to let you guys know that your dad was an amazing actor. Like he He is definitely missed. I know that for a fact, and I wish he was still here with us right now. And also, just
making a second Street Fighter movie.
Another Addams Family movie and all that kind of, like, this guy was such a great actor. Just it's a damn shame that cancer had to take.
Fuck cancer.
I agree. It's such a shame that is no longer here with us.
Pissing me off.
Yeah, like it's. I mean, like, may Raul Julia rest in peace. We miss you. We love you. And
fuck cancer.
Indeed. And yeah, I just want right now. I just thank you guys for listening to our review.
That was mainly about characters and their not backstories.
Here's the thing: if you guys want us to do an
actual sit down and say the whole thing,
let us know. We will do it if you guys want us. And you're probably also wondering, where's our No Holds Barred review? Well, there is a thing called jobs that me and Mike have, and Mike's got more hours. So unfortunately...
And he's only free on Thursdays.
So unfortunately, we might not get a chance to review No Holds Barred. But don't worry, whenever that happens, we will review it. But for now, it's just me and Mr. Bones, and once in a while, Richard will be part of it. We're still trying to get more people to be part of the podcast. We're trying to get Plarby and Chris to be part of it. Or maybe some wrestlers, if any wrestlers would be interested being on the podcast, just let me know. But Mr. Bones, thank you for sitting down with me and reviewing this movie. I hope you did. You have a good time?
Yes, I actually thought I was going to be all yeah,
this movie sucks.
I was no, not that far. I was it's a movie, but then I watched it and I was
got a big smile on your face.
I was yeah, it's a movie. It's a good movie. It's a bad movie, but it's a good movie.
Well, Maniacs, thank you for listening to the Maniac Podcast. My name is Joshua James.
And I am... Damn it. I am Mr. Bones.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Maniac Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Like the Maniac Podcast Facebook page. And we love you, Maniacs. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.
Bye.